It seems I get a lot of questions regarding printers. And the honest thing about printers is if you have a desk jet or an inkjet printer, um, they're really designed just to be used for a couple of years, throw them away, and buy a new one. They make more money off the ink. That's why the ink cartridges are smaller, don't print as much, and are outrageously priced. So basically, they build a printer to sell you ink. How nice of them. And this is true for almost all of them who have inkjets, although I do see with the mega tanks, I think Epson's got one too, and Canon, the mega tanks where you buy big bottles, you fill up ink cartridges. Those are pretty nice, and they don't dry up like regular HP ink cartridges do, where if you don't use it once a week, eventually it dries up, and then you made 6 prints in the last 6 months, and now you have to spend another $40 on ink because your ink cartridge dried up. So we tell a lot of people that, especially when it comes time to replace the printer, and I know cost is a factor for a lot of people, and I tell them on the phone, if you can make the transition over to a LaserJet printer, go that way. It will save you more in the long plus. Plus, we could fix LaserJets. If it's a laser printer, generally we can service those because they are designed to be serviced. You can tear them apart, everything comes apart, and so on and so forth. Inkjets, no, they weld them, infuse them, and make it almost impossible. There are a couple of high-end inkjets, one where you can do some maintenance to them. For example, I think the OfficeJet 8600 series, which is a big inkjet desktop system, you may see an error, says print head not working. With that one, there's a lever you can pop the print head out, buy another one, pop another one back in, put your ink cartridges back in. Bad thing is that print head is like $150. You probably paid $200 for the printer. So yeah, again, goes back to, is it worth fixing? So make the transition over to a laser printer if you can. Basic black and white ones are not too bad. If you need a scanner with a basic black and white, it's going to cost you, going to vary. I just put one in for a client a few weeks ago. It was a scanner document feeder, basic black and white, $300. And their toner cartridge that they got with the laser printer was good for 7,000 prints. That's a starter cartridge. Can you imagine what the real cartridge gives you? And I looked up the specs, and I think the real cartridge was good for 13 or 15,000 prints. Anyways, like I said, if you could afford go laser, go laser. But anyways, what I wanted to talk to you about was, and this goes back to Microsoft accounts in the other video, the Microsoft Store. And we have an HP printer here, so Microsoft has these apps, and all of the companies kind of like make apps for it. HP Smart is the app you use for an HP printer. If it is wireless or wired, you can install this. Now, each company has their own design for Windows 10. So if you have a Canon, there's your Canon. If you have a Brothers, there's your Brothers. So, but just my thoughts. Overall, in general, HP does make a better class of printers, especially in the inkjet class. When you're stepping up to a laser class, if you need color, HP is still kind of the way to go for a laser or color laser. But if you're just wanting strictly black and white, Brothers is, I think, the better choice. But that's just me. But anyways, you install these apps as they relate to your printers. And these apps, if you have, this way you don't have to go through and manually fight to install a printer. The apps are really, really good. You just install them, launch them. Do a little bit of basic setup. No, don't share my information. And you get to this and you go to add a printer and it will go find it for you. See, it found it. Really, really simple. And it will find all of your HP printers, as long as it's new enough for that to find. And then with this, yeah, it's offline because I have turned off. But then you can go in and do, like, you can see your ink levels from your computer. If you need to do a scan, if you have a scanner attached to it, you can do that. You can change print settings and so on and so forth. So the apps, printer apps for Windows 10, very nice. And like I said, this way I don't have to fight with putting in IP addresses and host names and DNS servers like in the days of old. These apps are really, really good. Now, this only will allow you to print. And as you see, my printer has a scanner, as you can see by the top. So if I wanted to scan, you can use it this way, but HP has got a much better scanning program. That's that HP Scan and Capture. And the nice thing about this, it's not exclusive to HP. I've found out through the years. So there's that Git. Remember, I was talking about that, and it's probably going to prompt me for my Microsoft account. No, I don't need to use it across devices. I'll install it individually as I go. Now it's installing. This way, it's kind of a good tutorial to see how it works. Apps are so much more efficient than programs. So we're going to launch it. Yep, we need to set it up. Need to select the device. It's searching for my printer. With it being off, I don't know if it will find it. But it would list the printer here. Yeah, it didn't find it because the printer is off. But then you use, if you want to do photos, which is basically from the glass and high color, just like a photo, that's where you want to do. If you're just doing basic documents, you do documents. In my case, I've got an automatic document feeder like so many printers do today. You put it in the document feeder, you scan it, and it just makes one continuous PDF file. And PDFs are great for emailing to people. And of course, they're not supposed to be able, with the PDF, you can't edit it. You can with some software, but generally PDFs are not editable. And so, yeah, it makes one big continuous. If you have 100 pages, it makes a 100-page PDF, and you could send it off. And this, ironically, even though it says HP Scan and Capture, I've got clients who have a high-speed Fujitsu desktop scanner because it's an attorney's office, so they're constantly scanning, driver's license for clients and social security cards and so on and so forth. And this program will actually work with that scanner. It also works with the Canon desktop scanners too. I thought it was kind of funny. I seen this. I was like, I had to go in and reset a printer, so I had to make sure to reset their scan and capture. And I was like, find me all the HP scanners, and it was like, there's the Canon one, there's a Fujitsu one, there's the HP ones. I was like, okay, so HP Scan and Capture will work with other scanners. Ironic, isn't it? So, but yeah, that's how you use the HP stuff from the app store. Like I said, the HP Smart, which is for printing, a wonderful tool, very simple. Most everyone can use it. Although if you do have a problem, give me a call. I'll be glad to come out there and to your house or to your business and set it up. But yeah, it's relatively simple. If you have older computers, which is like Windows 7 XP, because you're using XP for your CNC type environment where you need to manually plug these in, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to have to call me and I'll come set it up. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the HP Smart software and the HP Scan and Capture. Like I said, the two best apps I have ever seen HP ever create. And if you've ever been around me, you will hear me complain about HP printer software all the time because it's just full of bloatware. So their apps are completely opposite. There is no bloatware. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So if you got an HP printer and you've got your Windows 10, like I said, you can get it through your app store. It'll make your printing process so much easier. So anyways, found the video useful, like, share, and subscribe. I try to put out videos every day. If you have questions, just general questions, you can leave them in the comments below, or you can pop over to our Facebook page and leave them there. If you need to have me come out to fix your printer or look at your printer or any other issues, you can give me a call here and schedule time. I'll be glad to come to your home or your business and take a look at the stuff. This is our address if you want to stop by, although I will remind you once again, if you're going to visit the shop during the day, give me a call first, make sure someone's here, because if I have a client who calls me out, I have to close up the shop. So always schedule an appointment. Smartest thing to do. So there is a donation link there if you're finding the videos useful, if you want to kick in $5 to the cause, because YouTube does not pay for me to do these videos yet. I have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views in a 12-month period. That's going to be a while. So so just saying, so remember. So like I said, like, share, subscribe. Talk to you later. You guys have a great day. And where's that stop button at? There it is.